Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis have a cold face-to-face meeting finally after all the back and forth. What's your thoughts on this? Drop a comment.
So Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Money Mayweather, two of the sport's most explosive personalities, just got caught in a moment the public was never supposed to see. A private event, no fans, no press, just fighters, promoters, and a camera that somehow didn't get shut off. And now, the footage is viral, Tank and Floyd face to face again. But this time, it wasn't in a press conference. It wasn't on television. It was raw, real, and tense as hell. You thought their rivalry was dead? Think again, because this new leak just poured gasoline on a fire that was already burning out of control.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the say Terrence Crawford should fight Benavidez? That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
He's next in line. This is you next in line.
Is there like
Last question, guys. Is there
like a love-hate for Floyd? Like,
yeah,
the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he, cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
Let's break down the leaked footage, the real backstory behind their meeting, and why this moment might change everything we thought we knew about Gervonta and Floyd's twisted past. Let's be real. Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather had a storybook beginning. Floyd discovered Tank when nobody else was paying attention. A young, hungry knockout machine from Baltimore with heavy hands and a chip on his shoulder. Mayweather saw the potential early and made Tank the face of Mayweather Promotions. And at first, it worked like magic. Gervonta went from fighting in small clubs to selling out arenas, stacking belts, and trending on social media almost every other weekend.
When is Gervonta Davis going to go somewhere in the pound for pound? Do he deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? I mean, he deserved to be somewhere also in the pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
But behind the scenes, it was a power struggle. Tank didn't like playing second fiddle. He didn't want to be in Floyd's shadow forever. And Floyd? He wasn't ready to hand over the throne.
What set you off that you was like, I gotta do that?
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of this.
Deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing.
This is exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal.
Yeah.
Tank don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
Little things started to add up. Floyd stepping into Tank's press conferences, trying to control when he'd fight and who he'd fight. Tank tweeting cryptic stuff like, "I'm not a slave," and "I don't need nobody." It all started to unravel.
What dirt? What's the name of it?
I see you got your people. Y'all all stepping, huh?
That, man.
Nigga, where Derek at? I don't know.
You don't like
Speak up, Frank.
What that mean?
Love limit. I don't like Floyd, motherfucker.
No, you don't.
EJ do the trash talk, make you miss box.
Eventually, Tank left Mayweather Promotions, and the Cold War began. Most fans saw the split as mutual, but here's what a lot of people missed. Behind closed doors, things got nasty. Tank felt used. He believed Floyd was more invested in his own brand than Tank's actual career. He wanted control, and most of all, he wanted respect.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like if I'm on my game. Yeah, I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
Floyd, on the other hand, felt betrayed. He built Tank from the ground up, gave him the platform, the connections, even helped him with money when the paychecks weren't crazy. And now the kid he made into a star was treating him like the enemy?
I was in a lose-lose situation. Now,
What?
came out still on top.
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Just little situation that he put me in to, make me lose. But he thought I was
You talking about like a boxing match or?
yeah, boxing match.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Pedraza.
Who?
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 21 at the time, and I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like 10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, So when they came back and it was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You sitting on the shelf. So I had to fight him. In the midst of all that happened, I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. So now, and remind you, I'm letting them boxers that you talking about, I'm putting them on game, letting them know what's going on. Like, see, this was happening. Like, you feel me? I'm letting these guys know. So when it be like people saying they want to fight me, it's
like, how could you, nigga? I was the one that was giving you game when I was going through it.
Yeah.
When I was at the lowest part of my career, I was telling y'all niggas how so you wouldn't have to get here. And now it's like betrayal almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think Floyd did that intentionally?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Why? After so much time? After I guess, again, after what we think he helped you come into the game, he gave you the spotlight. Like, why would he try to diminish your career?
Because at that time, I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to bring up mine. But it was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they sent it to.
That quiet resentment started showing in weird ways. Floyd would pop up at events Tank wasn't expecting him at. Tank would go on social media rants, calling out unnamed fake OGs. And even in interviews, you could tell these two were still circling each other like it was fight night.
He the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
But all that tension, it just exploded in this new leaked footage. Okay, let's talk about the footage. The video comes from a private boxing showcase held in Las Vegas, closed off to the public, invite only, and organized by a major Vegas promoter. Think lowlights, exclusive ringside guests, future prospects getting scouted, and no media. But here's where things get wild. Sources say Floyd and Gervonta were never supposed to be in the building at the same time. Floyd had dropped in earlier to support one of his up-and-coming fighters, Tank, on the other hand, showed up later with his own entourage to scout talent from a new gym he's investing in. But fate had other plans. Security tried to keep them apart, but someone messed up the timing. They cross paths backstage, and that's when the footage starts rolling. It's shaky at first, like someone filming from behind a curtain or a stack of boxes. But what you see is intense. Tank and Floyd surrounded by their respective crews. No punches thrown, but the energy? Dangerous. You hear Floyd say something like, "You think you did all this on your own?" And Tank fires back with, "You don't run nothing no more. I'm the one they watch now." From there, it gets heated. Voices raised, hands pointing, people stepping in to keep them separated, and that's where the video cuts off. As soon as the footage leaked, boxing Twitter went crazy. Some fans are siding with Tank, saying he's finally standing up to his old boss and speaking his truth. Others are calling out Floyd for trying to stay relevant by still involving himself in Tank's orbit.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we're seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to reveal itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said, they say the true colors of a person is coming out, man. 'Cause they can't stand it, you know. Calm is I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
One user posted, "Floyd made Tank, but now he can't handle the fact that Tank's bigger than him in 2025. Another said, "Tank gotta chill. No matter what, Floyd gave him the platform. Be humble." And then there's a whole nother corner of the internet pushing conspiracy theories claiming the footage was leaked on purpose to build up hype for a future Floyd-Tank exhibition. But that theory doesn't really hold weight, because if you watch the video closely, neither man looked like they were acting. That tension was too real.
I think that he's the best, like the greatest of all time, for sure. How he's moving, like his hand placement, like where he's throwing that and things like that. Like, I always like to watch Floyd. Not really fight like him, but I try to like, he's orthodox, so if I can do it on the southpaw side, then it's gonna be a little awkward for my opponents.
Here's the thing. Floyd and Tank have gone back and forth before, but this moment, it hits different. Why? Because Tank doesn't need Floyd anymore, and Floyd knows it. Tank's been doing his own thing. Big pay-per-view fights, partnerships with DAZN and PBC, even opening his own gym and managing younger fighters. He's stepping into that face of boxing role and trying to build his own legacy without the Mayweather blueprint.
Tell Floyd to get on live. Tell him show where he at. You owe them people over in Dubai that money. Tell him to get on live right now. And he owe people in Saudi Arabia money too. Out here scamming. On live right now.
And Floyd? For the first time, he's watching one of his own fighters become bigger than him while he's stuck doing exhibition matches overseas just to keep the checks coming. And if we're being real, Floyd's brand is taking hits. From his cryptocurrency scam lawsuit to unpaid tax allegations and even his public fallout with other former fighters, Floyd's aura of untouchability is fading. Slowly but surely. This leaked moment felt like the official power shift. The student is now the master, and the old king doesn't like it. Now, Floyd Mayweather hasn't just distanced himself from Tank, he's actively helped Tank's rivals train to beat him. Let that sink in. First, he gave advice to Ryan Garcia before Tank's mega fight with him in 2023, and even had Ryan working out in the Mayweather Boxing Club. Then, Floyd quietly welcomed Frank Martin into his camp when Martin was set to fight under the same PBC umbrella, possibly gearing up for a showdown with Tank.
Young fighters, he loves to embrace guys. So what was being around talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting? And has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it when, cause 9 times out of 10, we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, you know, like, cause you know you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. that's a lot of the times your opponent sleep. You know, it could be little things that'll take you to the next level. You know, that Floyd, a person like Floyd, like if he tell you that, you gonna take a lot of heave to it, and it's gonna give you a different type of motivation when you doing it. He could show you something, you know, and it could be the same thing. You know, you might not be able to do it like him, but just it coming from him, it'll give you like a different type of like feel about yourself.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me got pinning it. I fought the head of.
But the wildest move? Floyd recently started working with Lamont Roach, who was literally set to go toe-to-toe with Tank. That right there feels personal. These aren't just random fighters. These are guys directly in Tank's lane. And Floyd? He's not just sitting ringside anymore. He's guiding the ops. For Tank, it's more than betrayal, it's war.
Tank, tell me about it. What do you got? Nothing.
Is there any world where these two squash the beef? Some insiders say no. Too much pride. Too much damage done. But others? They're holding out hope. Tank still refers to Floyd as a legend. And Floyd, in interviews, has called Tank the most talented fighter I ever worked with.
But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. When Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
So maybe deep down, there's still some respect. But the problem is trust. Tank feels like Floyd used him. Floyd feels like Tank abandoned him. And until one of them is willing to drop the ego and have a real, private conversation, not in front of cameras, not in the ring, but as men, the feud will keep going. Footage will keep leaking. And fans will keep watching.
What's your dream fight card?
Dream fight card?
Anybody.
So there's a couple fights on there. Me versus Floyd.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that.
Because let's be honest, Floyd and Tank might not ever fight in the ring, but their real battle, it's happening in the shadows, and it's far more personal. So what do y'all think? Did the footage prove that this beef is still alive? Is Tank trying to finally break away from Floyd for good? Or are both of them playing the media game again? And be honest, would you watch a Mayweather versus Davis exhibition if it actually happened? Hit the comments and let's talk. Don't forget to subscribe to Fight Field for more boxing news. I'll catch you in the next video.